Hi, so today I wanted to talk to you about EFT. So EFT, which literally stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, and otherwise known as tapping, which you may have heard of instead. So what it is a type of acupressure, a bit like acupuncture, where you're tapping on 9 different meridian points in your body to restore the body's energy. So it's used for relieving stress, relieving pain, basically any kind of negative energy. So the meridian system is a concept from traditional Chinese medicine, and the meridian system has been going for over 5,000 years or so. EFT was invented about 25 years ago or so, and it's basically focusing on 9 of the meridian points in your body. So every meridian point is thought to relate to a different part of your body or an organ of your body, and basically by tapping on these points you are disrupting that kind of negative energy flow, and you're sending signals to your brain, the part of your brain that controls stress. Okay, so the 9 points which are used in EFT are: number 1, the karate chop. It's called the karate chop, and it's literally like this side part of your hand here, okay? Second one is the eyebrow point, so just here, and it can be either side basically when we're talking about this, but when we're tapping you can tap on one side or you can tap on both sides, whatever feels right. But yeah, it's basically the side of the eyebrow. The next one is the side of the eye, just there. Then you've got under the eye. Then you've got under the nose and above the lip, just there. Then you've got the chin point, just that dip in your chin, which is just there. Then you have your collarbone, basically, just that little groove there. Then you've got the bra strap, where your bra strap would be, if you're a woman, and if you're a man, if you're wearing a bra, you might be, you never know. So it's just there, and then on the top of your head as well. So these are the points which we tap on, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is basically choose our setup phrase. So our setup phrase is something that we are feeling stressed about. We want to put it into a phrase. And the format that we want to use is, even though I have, or I am, or I feel, insert whatever it is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So that's what you want to be using for your setup phrase, and you want to have something that really resonates with you. Choose the words that resonate with you the most, that mean the most, that you feel the most, that the most relevant, and kind of capture that feeling that you're having at the moment. So I think for the purpose of this exercise, because this is in times of coronavirus, and I think that could be at the forefront of many people's minds, so we will use this. So it could be, for example, even though I have this anxiety about the coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Or it could be, even though I'm feeling terrified about this virus, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. So something along those lines. So I think for me, what resonates the most, it would be, even though I feel anxious about this coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So once you've decided on the phrase, the next thing you want to do is rate it from 0 to 10. You want to put like a scale, or you want to use a scale and put a number on it, so that you can measure it. So I would say that right now, probably because I've been watching the news, and kind of my thoughts have been left to their own devices, I would say that my level of anxiety about this right now is probably an 8, let's say. An 8, that's how strong it is. So you want to measure this because you want to, after you've done some tapping, you want to check in with yourself and measure it again. You want to keep going until ideally it gets down to around about a 2 would be amazing, a 1, but a 0 is like what you want to be aiming for. Okay, so once you've got your setup phrase, you want to hold that in your mind, and you really want to tune into that. You don't want any distractions around you, because otherwise you'll be tuning into other stuff. Like my cat is up there right now, the TV was on, I've put the volume down. So you really want to be able to tune in, and you have to sit with your anxiety and feel it, because if you don't and it's just kind of on the back burner, it's not going to get desensitized, and you want to feel it so you can kind of grab hold onto it and kind of tap it away and desensitize it. Okay, so you're just going to take a breath and think about, even though I'm feeling really anxious about this coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And when you've got that, and when you're holding on to it, you get your karate chop position first, okay? And you're going to tap it and say that 3 times. After you've done that, you're going to do a round on each point, but you're just going to say it once. If anything else comes into your mind, you can say that as well. If a different aspect of what you're saying comes into your mind, or if a different word comes into your mind, you can use that. You want to tap everything away. You want to tap any of these intrusive or negative thoughts away. So you can use that. Or you can just stick to that simple setup phrase, and then you can go on and do other sets using similar words. You know, it's up to you. Basically, you have to trust your intuition and see what works best. So I'm going to stick to my setup phrase for the very beginning bit, and then I'm just going to see what happens. I might have other things that come into my mind, and that's fine too. You don't need to use that entire phrase on each tap, which, by the way, they say roughly about 7 taps, but however long you feel you need to. It can just be a shortened version. The important thing is that you're doing that setup phrase, you're repeating it a few times, and you're holding on to those feelings. That's the most important part. So we'll begin, and you can follow me while we do this with your phrase or the phrase that I'm using, whatever works best right now, okay? You can use 2 fingers or 3 fingers, whatever feels most comfortable. So even though I'm feeling really anxious about the coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling really anxious about the coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling really anxious about the coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrow. Even though I'm feeling really anxious about the coronavirus, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Side of the eye. I'm so scared about the coronavirus. Under the eye. I'm terrified about this virus. Top of the lip. I'm so scared about this pandemic. Chin. This pandemic. Collarbone. I'm feeling so anxious. Under the arm. Coronavirus. On top of the head. I'm so scared. Okay. So that's 1 round which is done. So when you've done your first round, just take a breath and check in with yourself. How am I feeling now? Am I feeling as stressed as before? What is it on a scale of 0 to 10? So yeah, it could still be 10. It could have gone down to like 2. We're all different. So, you know, you'll just have to see, you know, do a few more rounds. Do it as many times as you need to get as, you know, down to the, you know, to decrease this anxiety as much as possible. When you've done this, we then want to install something positive and lovely, okay? So how would you want to be feeling? When you're thinking about the coronavirus, how would you want to be feeling instead? Again, choose something that resonates with you. And this can just be, I know I can handle this. Or it could be, I'm at home and I'm safe. Whatever it is that you want to really believe, because there's a difference between what we say and what we believe in our gut. You know, there's a difference between that. Say something that you really want to believe, okay? Again, we're going to do another round, just as we did before, starting with a karate chop 3 times. We'll repeat it and we'll do 1 tapping each. You can repeat the same phrase or you can change it as you want, okay? Up to you. Whatever your intuition tells you, trust your intuition. So I'm going to use, I know what I'm going to use. Whatever happens, I can handle this. That's what I want to be feeling. That's what I want to be really believing. I do believe that, but I really want to believe it in my gut. I want to strengthen that feeling, okay? So I want to strengthen these positive feelings. So I'm going to start with that. Whatever happens, I can handle this. Whatever happens, I can handle this. Whatever happens, I can handle this. Eyebrow, I've got this. Under the eye, I feel calm because I know whatever happens, I'll get through this. Side of the eye, whatever happens, I'll be okay. On top of the lip, I know that I've got this. Chin, I know I can look after myself. Collarbone, I know that I'll be okay whatever happens. Under the arm, I know I can look after myself. On top of the head, I'm at home and I'm safe. Okay. Take a breath, check in with yourself, how you're feeling. So, I'm wondering if you noticed what I did that was different. So I did a round and I went from the eyebrow and I went straight to my cheek instead of going from the eyebrow to the side of the eye to the cheek. Okay, so that was the other thing that I wanted to say to you. If that happens, don't worry about it, okay? It's fine. You don't have to be so like following everything 100%. I mean, ideally that's what you want to be doing, okay? But if that happens, don't let it stress you out. Just carry on and do it, okay? Just carry on and do it because these things happen, it's fine. The other thing is, yeah, like you can do it with 2, you know, you can do it on both sides if you want to, if that feels better. You can alternate sides, so you do it there on the eyebrow, there on the side of the eye, there on the cheek, you know, in whatever order, whatever feels right for you. The whole point about this, it's very, it's led by you. It's your mind, body and soul. It's your intuition that's leading this because ultimately that's what's going to work for you. So I hope that's been useful. You can do that as many times as you want. You can do the installation of the positive things as many times as you want. Play around with it, see what works for you. You know, as I said, you can do it as and when, or you can set a time in the day that you want to do it. You don't always have to go through the whole procedure and do like all the negative and then the positive. If you want to have a quick tap, for example, you can just do quick tapping, positive ones, you know. I've got this, you know, I know I've got this, I'm calm, whatever happens, I'll be okay, whatever, okay? Play around with it, see what works. The most important thing is that you see how it works for you. These are this is like a kind of set thing, but ultimately we're all different. So see what works for you and enjoy it. Just take the time to enjoy your 2 minutes or 10 minutes or however long you want to spend tapping so you can de-stress and you can just spend the time you know, taking your deep breaths if you want to do that at the same time, you know, healing yourself, and basically de-stressing, which is a good thing, right? So enjoy it, and if you have any questions, then send me a message, and take care.